Hi, and welcome back. My name is Patrick Dudgeon, and this is Cape Town Sound. In today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got started in the live audio industry. If you stick around till the end, I'm going to share 5 ways that you can use to get started on your journey. The 5th one is free. So without wasting any time, I'm just going to tell you very briefly about my journey. When I was in high school, I was an audio nerd, and I proved it by joining the AV team. At that time, it was very small. We might have had a couple of lights and a dimmer board, but I'm not lighting, so that's not my department. But yeah, I joined the team and learned a little bit about the basics of hooking stuff up. Then I joined the church in my area, which was slightly bigger. We had a drum set, a keyboard, a couple of microphones for the backing singers, and I think the pastor was on a lapel mic, and I would play music before and after, and I would also record the sermons to cassette tape. Yes, I'm that old. So after I was finished with high school, I decided that live audio, the bug had bitten, and that was really the path I wanted to follow. So I looked at places where I could study. I studied at a varsity called City Varsity. In that time, they were one of the only places doing live sound engineering courses. So I joined. I did a 2-year program. At college, I was one of the lecturers called me a brown noser. Basically, I wanted to learn everything, be the best at everything. Bothered my lecturers, really wanted to learn and just really excel at the course. So I would bother them, and I would go out on gigs with them. Some of the lecturers had their own audio companies, and we would go out and do shows, and they basically got free labor from me. So there's that. Also, one of my friends at college had a PA system that he brought down from wherever he was from, and we used to load it into my mom's car and go and do metal shows for 3 nights a week at a metal club, and we were terrible, and we learnt a hell of a lot. So that was my very first sort of professional gigging experience. Okay. So when I was done with college, I started handing out my CV to different companies, specifically live companies. I sent out CVs to radio stations. I applied at studios, but just nothing stuck. So I went to go help my brother, and I built cinemas. I did construction work. Then one day I got the call. One of my colleagues one of my fellow students, at City Varsity, had a gig with a production company called Ultra Events. It was a 2-week-long production, and he couldn't do 4 days out of the 2 weeks. So he asked if I could cover, and I jumped right in, and I will do another video explaining my very first gig with Ultra sometime in the future, but it was a lot of fun. So I went in and I finished the job. I'll go over it again at some point, my very first gig with Ultra Events. And it was pretty simple. Everything was set up. It was pretty much just monitoring stuff at the time, and finished. Client was happy and Ultra was happy, and they said they would give me a call. A couple of months went by, and we went into the next year. And just before the summer season, I got the call. Ultra wanted to know if I could come in and help at their warehouse for a while. So I went in and I did 2 or 3 weeks. And after that, I got the offer. Do you want to join? And I said yes. 20 years later, I'm still with Ultra Events. So that's my story. Now, before I give you your tips, I would just ask, please won't you hit the like and subscribe buttons? I'm really trying to build something here, and that would be a lot of motivation for me to make another video. Thank you. With that out the way, here are 5 ways that you can get started in the AV industry. Number 1, join your school's AV team. If you're still in high school or you've recently finished, join your school's AV team. Most of them have fantastic systems nowadays. Digital mixers, dimmers, dimming control, projection screens. It's really a great way to get your foot in the door. Most of the time, there will be a faculty member that will be able to teach you a little bit about how the stuff works. Or if you've just graduated high school, what you could do is volunteer to be the one teaching. There's no better way to learn than to teach. If you fully understand a concept, you are able to explain that information further down the line. Number 2, join your church's AV team. A great number of really, really skilled engineers have gotten their start with their church's audio team. If you've been to a modern church service lately, you understand the scope of what they have. It's basically a full concert rig. There are intelligent lights, full bands with mics on everything, monitors, in-ear monitors, wireless microphones, cameras for streaming, recording. It really is a full service. So if you want to get involved in your church's audio team, go and volunteer. I can guarantee you most churches are looking for extra volunteers, and there would be somebody head of their tech team who would guide you in the right direction, show you the way to learn, to grow, and to really make the most of your time at the church. Number 3 on my list, and this is if you're really serious, is to go and study. Firstly, if you've made the decision that audio is what you want to do with your life, studying and having a diploma or something like that behind you will really, really help. It shows your dedication to the industry and to following this path. So there's a couple of really good schools here in Cape Town. You'll obviously have to look in your area to see what's local to you. But there's Cape Audio College, which offer a Bachelor of Arts in Sound Technology and Production, which does have a live sound module, and their well-equipped department offers in-venue training, where they actually take the students interested in live sound and go to different clubs around Cape Town. There's also City Varsity, which offers a diploma and a Bachelor of Arts in Sound Production with specialized electives such as live, studio, or broadcast. And the final example on my list, which is not comprehensive or exhaustive, is SAE, which has a higher certificate of or Bachelor of Arts in Sound Production. SAE also has courses in live sound reinforcement. By arming yourselves with these courses, you gain a fundamental knowledge of the basics to the advanced practices used in the industry. Concepts such as signal flow, gain staging, how different pieces of equipment work, how to roll cables. All of these things will stand you in good stead when you want to progress further with your career. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Studying is expensive, prohibitively so for most of the population. Being able to study was a real privilege for me. If you aren't able to afford to study, there are other routes you can take. So don't let something like this hold you back. So with that in mind, my next tip for you, number 4, is to join a crewing company. So technical production houses often have an in-house staff, which is fairly small, but to build events on a big scale, they need a lot of labor. And there are specialized crewing companies that provide labor to these events companies. So the crewing company will provide staff on a per event basis, where they are either in the workshop busy helping to prep and pack the trucks, or on event where they're offloading trucks, getting gear to the venue, and assisting with the setup. These crew companies are always looking for staff, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie to you. The work is hard. Very often it's early morning or late night call times, and the pay isn't fantastic. It's good, but it's not great. Some crewing companies in my area are All Access Crew, Reza Crew, and NAJ Crew. When you join a crewing company, it's up to you how you benefit from it. You can either just work and push boxes and be happy with it, or if you want to get involved deeper into the audio line, make yourself useful to the audio engineer on the job. Tell them that you have a desire to learn, to be better at their job, and you want to make their work easier. So if you make yourself, you avail yourself to the audio engineering crew and let them know that you want to specialize, they will value that. And you will be able to get the information and go further with the crew. And finally, number 5, and yes, it's free. Teach yourself. I don't need to remind you that we're in the information age. The whole knowledge of the combined world is literally in the palm of your hands. There are great YouTube channels available. I follow a guy called Micheal Curtis. I'm going to leave his link in the description. An incredible resource of everything related to sound engineering, from basic signal flow to PA system design. YouTube, Google. There are also physical books, great books on everything from microphone design to speaker design, PA system design, mixing philosophy. All of these things are available, and I highly recommend you check it out and teach yourself. Some audio brands have free courses. Sure, the manufacturer of many legendary microphones has an entire university available to you for free on their website. Dante, one of the fastest moving new technologies in audio networking, has up to a level 3 certified course available on the internet for free. If you have chosen any of the other options or a combination of the other options, number 5 is your most important. Teach yourself. Keep learning. Keep up to date with the newest technology, the newest techniques, the newest innovations in the audio industry, and you will stay on top of the game and be able to progress quicker. Right, so that is the 5 ways I've suggested to get started in the audio industry. And when you've decided now that you really want to get involved, so then go out and do it. Get involved. Go to shows, go to club shows. Ask the sound guy there, usually the grumpy looking guy or girl in a black t-shirt with headphones around their neck, that you would like to get involved. You would like to help them roll cables, pack up the stage. If you're not drunk and you look reasonably fit enough to carry a heavy speaker, most of the times they're going to say yes. If you are serious, take their number, give them your number. If you don't hear from them after a week or 2, a gentle reminder text, hey, I'm so-and-so, I met you at that event and I'd still really like to get involved. How can I help? Will go a long way to getting you started in your audio journey. So thank you for sticking around this far, right till the end. I really appreciate it, and I will see you at the next show.